Okay, everybody, we are going to make an automatic proposal generator for any new lead that enters your business. So whether you're a handyman business, flooring company, painting company, anything like that, this one is specifically for a painting company. So you can imagine you get an email very much like this one. This one is from Jameson Franklin. Now, this one actually came from an AI voice agent. So what we could do is after the you know, person has been intake, we have all their information. Obviously, the phone number has been changed, the name has been changed, so this is not their actual information, but the body stays the same. So one of the things that we can see here is that we got some special considerations for a vaulted ceiling with popcorn texture. Minor staining on the ceiling from a previous skylight leak, but the roof has been repaired. Jameson Franklin requested an estimate for interior ceiling painting in her home. The project includes the kitchen, the family room, and the hallway ceilings. This kitchen is vaulted with popcorn texture and has some staining from the past skylight leak, which will need to be repaired, requiring only paint and stain coverage. Okay, so once we have this come in, we're going to get started by kind of mapping out exactly how this would look. We pull out the pieces of information that we are going to need. One other thing is if there's still furniture in the room, we're going to have to cover um, furniture coverage slash prep. We'll put that at $2 a foot. $2 per square foot. So imagine this: you get a client that calls into your business, submits a form, any of those, excuse me, any of those sorts of things, and we have it immediately because you're now going to break down how the workflow is going to work. So essentially, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to watch for the emails, and since we can, all the emails that come in will have a new lead at the top, we'll be able to filter them out by that new lead sign. So then the next thing that we'll do is we will take the email and we will extract all needed information from it. That would be like name, phone, service, line, items, um, pretty much all of that. Then what we'll do is we will create the new customer in the system. In this case, we're going to be doing QuickBooks Online. This would also work with tools like House Call Pro, Service Titan, Jobber, etc. And then what we'll do is then we will create the templated estimate that the sales rep will then have to go fill out during the in-home estimate consultation in this case. Anyways, let's rock and roll from there. All right, boom. So we get a message received. All right, we got a whole bunch of stuff here. It looks like tons. So anytime we get a new message, we can rock this out. So let's see what we got here. Let's see if we can find that one that we were just looking at. Bam. Perfect. So anytime we have a new email that comes in, we'll be looking for this subject, new lead. Subject contains new lead. So next step would be once we create that, we're going to want to filter out only the new leads. So as long as subject header contains new lead. So this way we're only getting the emails that matter. Why does that not work? Oh, it's not all capitalized like that. That's fine. New lead, just like that. Yeah, cool. So now in this case, we're pinging for emails. We got a new email that comes in. This one's for a new lead. Now what we need to do is we need to take this email, specifically the text is what we want. We don't really want the HTML. Um, in this case, what we'll do is we'll do a set node. So what this does is it takes all of the um, information that comes in. Text, we'll call this main body. We're also going to want the We can grab the thread in case we need to send an email back. And then we can also get the from address. Let me just break that out. Bam. Bam. So now we have, if you can see down here, main body, thread, from address. So now we have all of our cleaned information. We have our main body, our thread, who it's from. So then what we'll do now is we want to extract, we can extract some of the information from this. So it looks like this is from Nico Lundquist, or this customer's name is Jameson. They're looking for some interior ceiling painting. Looks like they're available, but we're not concerned about that. Special considerations. So in this case, what we can do is we plop in an AI agent. And what we'll do is we're going to create our own prompt here. Now, what this is going to do is, before I do that, let's attach just here, make it smaller. We want to attach a brain to this agent. Okay, so in this case, we'll do open chat mini. In this case, we don't really want to give it any tools. We just want to extract this information right here. We want to extract the standard pricing that we have for this. What line items are we going to go into this, because we don't know what the quantity is yet, because we're going to go out to the job. So here what we'll do is determine what they are. So in this case, obviously for a painting company, you're probably gonna have more than this. This is just interior, but it's gonna work great for this case. So we'll take this and we'll come over here to our AI agent, and we want this to say, we want to do a system message. Okay. So the system message tells the AI what it is. Okay, so you are a estimator for a painting company. Okay, so role, or tasks, we already have the role right down there. Task, extract the potential line items from a new lead form. I'll make this a little bit bigger. Extract the potential line items from a new lead form. Here are the examples. Bam, bam, bam. So let's just test this, because we're going to obviously want to do a little bit more. Oh, oopsies. We need to find it. Here is, okay, so extract potential line items from a new lead form. Here are the examples. You will be given the entire email, and you will look, and you will be given the entire email. So then we'll go main body, like that. Execute. Let's see what we get. Let me just do, potential line items extracted from this: high ceilings, vaulted, standard ceiling painting, family room and hallway, popcorn texture painting, ceiling with popcorn. It may require special handling or pricing. Consider standard additional charge. Stain coverage for water damage ceiling. Okay, so we should also say only select line items given in the example. Do not infer or create new line items. Run that, see what we get. Bam, boom. So high ceiling charge, standard ceiling paint. So then what we could do there, let's also have it add in return require specific output parser. We want it to be structured. So in this case, we would want, let me think of how we would want this. Um, Honestly, we can just take this piece because we want to break that out into, um, you want to be able to break it out into different tabs here. But honestly, we don't. Yeah, actually, scratch that. We don't need that because we're going to set up another agent that's going to create the form. Okay, so we look for a new email, we filter it out, we check it. We have it determined which are the line items that are a part of it. Then what we need to do is then we need to create a the actual template itself. So let's look at a couple of different solutions for how we could do that. Then do is jump into this section here, here, jump in here, create a customer, display name, boom, display name, add fields. We want the phone, primary phone, bam. So this is just creating the basis of the customer. Now, obviously, it's missing some of the other pieces, but that'll get filled in later. The whole point of this is customer calls, they want an estimate. So, what do you get? They book it on your calendar, you go out there, you guys already got a pre built estimate made based on what they describe. He can edit it, tweak it, and all he can do is spend less time doing the estimate and more time developing a relationship with your customer because that's what's really is going to drive the needle. Okay, great. I got this entire system pretty much dialed down as smooth as possible. And that's kind of the name of the game. If we were running our flooring company, we would come out to a job and we would have an estimate done in less than an hour. We had to measure the entire house, but most of the time was spent having a conversation with the customer and building that rapport. That ultimately is what leads to the sale here. So let's see if we can create this, see if that works. Boom. Node created successfully. Let's pop into this and show you, see if we got that new customer. So we're looking for Jameson Franklin. Check it out. Boom, there he is, right in your QuickBooks. All right, so then the next thing to do is let's create this out. We need to figure out how to create an estimate. I wonder if that's a tool we could use. Let's see. Your job is to take the inputted line item and update a templated and and create the description and amounts for a estimate for a client um that you will need to extract the extract and build the descriptions for. So here's the main body. Okay. Then please reference the amounts for each service below. So that's where we would have. Now we're going to want this to output in a specific format so we can just drag and drop the items across. Oh, you know what we're doing? We're not using ChatGPT 5. This thing is so flippin' slow. 4.1 mini. Go. What would we get? Output. Bam, 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 bam. Cool. Show me the JSON, baby. Great. So now we want it to require a specific output. We want parser structured output. We want. Okay, figured it out. So here's what we did. We rewrote the prompt here to this. Your job is to take the input and line items, create a description and amounts for the estimate for a client. Bam, here's this piece of code. This code goes through this entire, it's called an array, meaning like just a group of containers that hold information. Okay, so it just maps through them out. So it has something very simple like this that it extracts from the email that you get. Then what this one does is it'll go create the customer, of course, if it's not already created. Well, we can also add in logic there to like if the customer's already created, go that route. If it's not already created, then create it. I'm just trying to build you just a basic workflow here to demonstrate the power of this. Then this agent comes through, creates all this stuff. Okay, so you get the amount, the description, your line item. Okay, here we go. So here's the entire workflow all completed. And here's how it works. So we'll come in here. Let me just delete some of this stuff where the subject says new lead with all this information. What this workflow will do is it will filter out everything and it will create a templated estimate based off of what they said that they wanted and put it into it'll create their contact, put it into your system and everything. So then that way, when you go out to the estimate, your sales guy already had the templated estimate ready to go and he just has to fill out the details. So when you click execute the workflow, it pulls everything, creates the customer, and then creates the estimate. And then when you go to your QuickBooks, just like this, let me just refresh. We have a new customer. Let's see what he named it. Jameson Franklin. Here's his name. And then also here is his templated estimate ready to go. Face out of the way. Just like that. So then when your sales guy goes out there, he measures it, puts in the actual rate. Let's say it's 1,000 for the high ceiling that he wanted, high ceiling charge. $500 per square foot to paint up on a high ceiling. And just like that. Also, if you come across other things too, you can just go ahead and slide those in. Like let's say he also wanted some just standard ceiling painting. That's already set up, ready to rumble. So basically your estimator already has an estimate ready to go. Now the way this fits into the bigger picture is you have an AI voice agent answer the phone, take the information, they book on the calendar. After they book on the calendar and you get the email into your inbox, this thing fires off, creates a new estimate for them to get ready to go. Additionally, once that person books in on the calendar, we'll be able to get their name or their email address and their phone and their address, and then they're ready to go. So by the time your sales rep actually gets to the job site, he's got the client already created in the software. He's got the templated estimate already built, ready to go. All he needs to do is take his measurements, talk to the client, build some rapport, understand what they need to do to actually sell the job, and then that way all the heavy lifting is done. And there's a lot more that we can do with this, but this is just the tip of the iceberg. So stick around for some more. All right, have a good one. Hope you guys liked the video. If you want to learn a little bit more, download the N8N file, go down to my Skool community in the bottom where you can ask any questions that you have. I'll personally reach out and answer your questions and help you build your N8N flows and help solve your business problems with AI. Join my Skool community right below. Get in there and let's rock and roll, baby. Peace out.